Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today, I'm seeing Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising. I just got finished watching Neighbors 1, like, 5 minutes ago. It's really not for me, at all. I must, like, this combined with, like, The Night Before, or whatever, like, I guess I just really don't get these Seth Rogen comedies at all. Like, they're mostly centered around, like, weed humor, of course, and lots of comedic bantering and heavy emphasis on certain set pieces. And that's where most of the comedy comes from. And it's not a bad style of comedy. In fact, probably compared to something like Sacha Baron Cohen's level, probably closer to what I would like. But still, whenever I'm watching a movie like his, I never have fun at any point. In fact, like with Neighbors, I was honestly kind of annoyed during parts where they kept going on with the banter, on and on. Not to any level of, like, what Meet the Blacks was, but, you know, just to the point of, okay, get on with it. And I appreciate that it's different, that it's not exactly like every other random Melissa McCarthy comedy out there, but it's, still not very funny to me. And my main problem with this movie is that the first film, just so you know, it's about this, new couple. Well, they have a baby and stuff, but they're getting used to being parents and having their own house and stuff, and then a fraternity moves in next to them, and they clash and get into a fight. And this movie is, from what I can tell, the same damned thing, but with a sorority, which makes me wonder what the hell's even the point. But I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of funny jokes and stuff. Well, not very funny to me, but I'll try to assess it as its comedy structure before anything else, because I admit there is an appeal to Neighbors 2 that I'm just not picking up on. I mean, that's Neighbors 1. So, we'll see if the same thing applies to Neighbors 2. Alright, so, pretty much more of the same, although I'd say this movie seemed a little lighter than the last, although ironically, that made me like it a little more than the last. My last one, it really did rely on a lot of rolling out, expelling banter for a lot of its stuff. And this movie, it lightened on that, and it also kind of lightened on the whole, like, path of destruction type stuff that they were going for in the first movie. So I can imagine people being disappointed with it, like fans of the original movie, although personally for me, as someone who didn't particularly like the first movie, I find this one a little better. Still not what I'd call like a really funny movie, but, you know, closer to being something I'd like. Yeah. Really the only noteworthy thing to me is, like, you know, Zac Efron, of course, is back in this movie, because you can't have the first movie of Zac Efron and then not bring him back. I mean, come on. So, you know, they bring him back, and there's anything in that movie that disturbs me, but bear in mind, in this movie, they make jokes about how the young daughter that they have, like the 2-year-old, is playing with her mom's dildo. Like, that's a common joke that they have throughout it, a common recurring joke. Like, bear in mind, so like that's a thing that happens where the kid is playing with it all the time. You know, already kind of gross. The part that disturbs me is the one they don't bring up when Zac Efron's character is staying over at their place, and they have her stay over in the daughter's room, mostly because in the first movie he made an incredibly rapey threat towards her. So, towards their, like, at that time, infant daughter. So, that part kind of creeped me out. I'm not sure how anybody else would react to that, but just like he pretty much insinuated that either him or like his fellow fraternity brothers would at some point in her life seduce her and like take advantage of his daughter. Like he was using that as a threat against Seth Rogen's character. And that's just a really disturbing thought to me, and it's especially disturbing him sleeping in the same room as that kid after saying something like that. So yeah. But as I said, you could make that argument that the movie just honestly doesn't care about that sort of thing, since, once again, recurring joke is that the kid is playing with a dildo all the time. So there you go. But, yeah. Yeah, I'd say it was a fun sequel. And, yeah. It was fun. It was cool. It was a Seth Rogen comedy. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I don't know. I can only really recommend it to... I don't know. If you saw the first movie and you kind of like more of the same, it's pretty much that. It's pretty much more of the same. So, there you go. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dyer-Situation.